Often when we talk about the Roman Empire, we talk about how barbarians invaded and ended it, as if Rome was the beacon of what we consider civilization, and those filthy Vandals, Huns, and Ostrogoths were simply semi-literate apes with no real society to talk about. Moreover, anyone who uses the term barbarian to refer to any group of people, in my opinion, really shouldn't be writing history or be in academia. It has been a Greek and Roman term, and even Christian term, referring to people that they considered inferior to them. It implies they are uncultured or brutish. Here are similar words: savage, uncivilized, barbaric, unsophisticated, refined. The Romans and the Greeks, having a long history of imperial ambition, meant that they were bigots. If you find imperialism somewhere, you'll also find bigotry. They go hand in hand. You have to think you're better than someone to invade them, after all. I mean, we all need a justification for why our actions are okay, right? What's quite amazing is that despite the fact that a lot of white Americans come from German ancestry, they still use these terms to define the historic enemies of the Romans. But make no mistake, these societies had cultures. They were societies. They were civilized. It wasn't Roman culture. They didn't walk around in togas and occasionally kill every member of their senate, nor did their elite guard routinely kill the person in charge. But defining these societies as inferior or more brutish is a personal opinion, not an academic one. Yet despite this, the term is still being used. In broader society, we use these terms despite the fact that they are bigoted. Now, because none of these groups are still around to be offended, one could ask, is it still bad that we are being bigoted towards them? I say yes, and it's not because you're offending someone, but because it says a lot about how you view human society and other groups of people in general. In fact, I know a bunch of people who say the fall of the Roman Empire was one of the worst things to happen in human history, when frankly it was probably the most liberating thing to happen in Western European history. Because all of these places conquered by the Romans had societies in them before the Romans came. They had cultures before the Romans came and forced upon them theirs. And lamenting the death of this horrible organization that ruined the societies of millions means that there's a part of you that thinks imperialism can be justified. Which is ironic, because the one thing you can say about America is that America has never been dumb enough to admit that it was an empire. Because Americans have always known imperialism was wrong, despite still doing it. Every empire is bad.